While the Lakers were active with a seemingly distinct plan in free agency of getting much younger than last season, the area they have not addressed is shooting. But that very big weakness remains and is something they will have to fix if they want to compete for a title. The team's belief is that they can address shooting in other avenues with their final roster spots, a potential trade with Kyrie Irving being the prime example. As poor as a fit as Russell Westbrook was as a shooter alongside LeBron James and Anthony Davis, Kyrie Irving is actually the exact opposite. For his career, Irving is a 39% three-point shooter, and over the last 8 seasons, he has only had 2 seasons where he shot below 40% from three-point range. Acquiring him by swapping out Westbrook would go a long way in addressing their shooting concerns, but it is coming dangerously close to putting all their eggs in one basket if they aren't able to compete for that deal. It leaves them with a roster spot that has a really big flaw. Fortunately and probably predictably, the Lakers appear to have a backup plan if the Irving trade does not work out for LA. A pair of veteran sharpshooters, one the team is very familiar with, could be targeted. If Kyrie Irving does not work out, they have a plan in place, or plans. They hope they'll be able to execute to achieve shooting on that roster in other directions, whether that be a veteran like Buddy Hield, who they almost got on last year on draft day, and you see Indiana just traded away Malcolm Brogdon, and there could be even more moves to come. Or perhaps a guy like Eric Gordon in Houston. Those guys aren't Kyrie Irving, of course, but they are players they feel they may be able to acquire to at least help the Lakers. Both players should be familiar to Laker fans, as both have been linked to the franchise over the last year. But Hield was also very close to being a Laker last season before the team traded for Russell Westbrook, a move they have certainly come to regret. Not just the front office, not just LeBron James, but their fans. Eric Gordon was linked to the Lakers and Westbrook in a trade during the regular season, and particularly at the trade deadline. Then the Lakers balked the idea of including draft picks to get off Westbrook's deal, but would their stance change after failing to trade away Russ yet again? Who knows? Both Hield and Gordon are well-established shooters, the former connecting at 39% of his career three-pointers, while Eric Gordon was a 41% shooter last season. Neither would single-handedly solve the Lakers' problems or simply help the roster. They're not going to have a miracle, but both are among the most well-respected long-range specialists in the league and would have more gravity than anyone on the Lakers last season, or perhaps any season in recent memory. But just because the Lakers have a plan B, it does not mean it will work. The Lakers have an uphill battle to climb regardless of which deal they look to complete. And let's not forget, they must complete deals in order to keep LeBron James happy and find a way to get him to re-sign with the Lakers after this season.